Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a full test and review of BattleBox Mission 33, the Self-Reliance box. So stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today we're going to be going over BattleBox Mission 33, the Self-Reliance box. So one quick announcement before we get started is we finally released our DFS Micro Plus Survival Kit, teaming up with GoPreparedSurvival. So stay tuned for this quick little tidbit, and then back to the episode. Now, for those of you who follow our channel regularly, you know month to month we love BattleBox. Typically, almost every single month, they are awesome with their overall value. Given that I may not love or enjoy every single item, the value is just so freaking high almost every single time. It really doesn't matter because you still feel like you're not getting ripped off month to month. Now, this episode doesn't need to take too long because, well, freaking you guys have seen 30 episodes on it already. However, we really wanted to take a deeper dive into this kit, as a lot of people just unbox this stuff, show it off. And in full transparency, there's 2 or 3 items we didn't use at all because we're actually going to be throwing it in our giveaway that happens this Saturday, so make sure you stay tuned. And in no particular order, like I said, we found the overall quality of the gear that is in this month's box pretty dang legit. One of the first items you actually get is this Opinel Carbone, which is the number 6. This is a folding knife. It's definitely a two-handed operation. But this has got to be one of the most popular knives ever created, like ever, worldwide. They're simple replicants of like peasant knives, but they usually always come razor freaking sharp. And the biggest kicker is none of the knives that are in this traditional lineup are expensive at all. Then moving on, we have the Ready Man kind of cheese grater. This is designed for your ability to shave off Tinder. Now, we actually got one of these when we went to PrepperCon back in April in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we got to meet the guys over at BattleBox and Ready Man, and they handed us one of these, and these actually do work really well. I was really impressed by the fact that they actually do exactly what they're supposed to do. Kind of reminds me of the Smith's Tinder Maker, but the great thing is you can actually slip it into your wallet. Next, we have the Speedy Stitcher. It doesn't matter where you go. You can go to a hardware store, you can go to a place like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, Walmart, it doesn't really matter. You can find a version of this pretty much anywhere. These are designed for really heavy-duty clothing and material, backpack, tent repair. It's really freaking awesome. You actually get to see my buddy Brandon actually use this to fix one of his old pair of boots. Then moving on, we have this Figure 4 deadfall strap. This is the D4, and this is a mechanical deadfall. I love this thing because it doesn't require you to actually have to go out and build one yourself. It is a very good skill to know on your own, but for anyone who catches themselves in a very stressful situation, having the ability to procure food can be vital when you need it the most. Then moving on, we have this knife kit by Condor. This is pretty cool. This is awesome for kids, teenagers, or beginning knife makers who kind of just want to get into the hobby. You're not really taking it super serious yet, but you're really interested to kind of design and make your own knife. And this is freaking awesome. Standard drop point knife from Condor. You get the walnut handle scale, some brass pins. You can kind of take this thing to town. This is going to be one of the items we're going to be popping in our giveaway this Saturday. And as we move on, we have this hockey puck. This is a sharpening stone puck. These are freaking awesome. I like them because you can get a really good, firm, solid purchase on this while you're actually sharpening your blade. We use this out in the field while we were using the Matt Graham primitive bush tool, and let me tell you what, this puck actually did a really good job putting a rough ground edge on that blade to keep it serviceable for the several hours we're using it outdoors. Then moving on to the pro item this month, and this was a cause for a lot of controversy. I even made a video on it about 3 or 4 days ago, and Zombie Tinder wasn't too happy with the video due to the fact that, well, I still stand behind my opinion. I don't feel that this is worth $60, but I said in the video, I thought I was very clear, I feel the physical items are of quality. I just felt they were charging too much for the kit. Now, in all fairness, we did take this kit out and use it as we showed in the video, and we also used it for the BattleBox footage, but you get some good stuff. You get 550 paracord, you get a pretty innovative FireSteel, you get a socket, but as I said in my video, I feel a knife is more valuable than a socket because you can use a knife to make a socket and other things in a outdoor situation. You get 6 feet of twine, you get a little piece of char cloth, you get this little lanyard adapter so you can actually wear this FireSteel. And that was one of the biggest selling points for that company. That was their biggest argument and rebuttals back to me. So I decided to take a piece of paracord on my thing and actually turn this into a wearable item. Then you get a piece of flint, and as I said, you can get some Texas flake or some flint here on the ground here in Texas. So it is something you can find. And then you get these little dry Tinder zombie nugget things. As you can see, we tried to get this lit several times. We fluffed it up. And this nugget, this version of the nugget actually didn't light, but for some reason our homemade DIY versions with petroleum jelly, cotton balls, wax, and paraffin wrapped around them burned much better. But like I said, I actually like this kit. It's not worth 60 bucks, and I'm not alone in that opinion.
There's quite a bit of stuff in this kit, but I'm just gonna come out and say I don't think it's a $60 value.
Nice to have a professionally made kit. Sure it is. It's nice to be able to be like, here's my zombie Tinder kit, but you can put this box together for half the cost, less than half the cost, if you take the time to do it.
And if you think for 1 minute that the items in this tin equal 60 bucks, we should have a serious conversation.
And last but not least, we got the primitive bush tool. This is by Condor, designed by Matt Graham. And I'm gonna be honest, this is the ugliest knife I've ever seen in my entire life. I know it's supposed to be primitive, but I'm like, it didn't really. Like, just because you have a knife that is supposed to be simple doesn't mean it has to be unattractive. And that's exactly how I feel about this knife. However, with that said, before everybody jumps out of the comments and gives me too much hate, it's really ergonomic in the handles. I do like the fact that they gave it a Coke bottle rectangular style shape. They make the pins hollow so you can use it as a lanyard, which is really important. The Scandi grind is nicely angled, so it's not too thin, not too thick. You can still shave with it. You can chop down a small tree if you need to. The tip is just enough to get some holes drilled if you need to, and the 90-degree spine is just freaking perfect. How this bad boy performs, there's no denying how well this knife works in any way, shape, or form. And all in all, I gotta say the Matt Graham Primitive Bush Tool is a winner. But all in all, this is Battle Box Mission 33, and like I said, I like the box overall. I even like the Bushcrafter Fire Kit. I just don't think it's worth the 60 bucks, as I said before. But everything else is pretty freaking on point, and we're definitely going to have a few of these items in our giveaway come Saturday, so make sure you're watching live for that event. That said, definitely drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think of BattleBox Mission 33, and if you are curious about our DFS Micro Plus Survival Kit, we will definitely have a link to that in the video description. But that is about it for now, and if you enjoyed the full test and review of BattleBox Mission 33, definitely give this video a big thumbs up, and share this out with your friends and family in your social media networks, so we can keep growing, thriving, and making awesome videos for you guys. But that is about it for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.